We are here with Tavarish in your LT. It's a 675LT, right?
Yes.
So I've been following the build a little bit, and you posted a really long video yesterday about getting ready for SEMA, and it's finally here. So tell everybody, what's the highlights of this build? Where did you get this thing from?
So I initially got this thing about 2 years ago. This is a 2016 McLaren 675LT, and I bought it basically in, it looked like a crumpled piece of paper. It looked like gift wrapping after Christmas morning. So it was hitting the front, in the back. It had some carbon damage. Interior was kind of shot. The engine was pushed forward into the firewall. Turbo was broken. It was leaking a bunch. Didn't run. Had electrical issues. All that stuff. So a really good purchase.
Sounds like just the car for you.
Absolutely. So over the course of 2 years, I replaced everything. I mean, front subframe, rear subframe. We fixed the carbon damage. We did a custom paint scheme. We did custom interior. We have gold in the back, just like an F1, because this is a McLaren F1 tribute. So I recently got the chance to drive, well, not drive, but I rode shotgun while Ed Bolian drove a McLaren F1 in my latest Car Trek series. And I styled this interior after that car. And because after you are in a McLaren F1, it just ruins you. No other car can go to that echelon of car. It's just insane. So this is my little, homage to the F1. I mean, on the brake calipers, I painted them like a muted gold, which is the original color of an F1 caliper. I have the old McLaren font on there, so it's like a little, little nod to it. I made a logo that says LT that is in the style of the F1 logo, and I have a custom gauge cluster. And it's just like all these little details that I put in here just because I love that car so much.
What was the most difficult, most challenging part about this car, aside from everything?
Everything came with challenges. So what happened was, to get this car here, it was just an insane, probably a 3-week slog just to get, the panel gaps right. Because I don't know if you know, exotic cars and panel gaps, not really good bedfellows. So what I had to do was put the interior together, start putting on the doors, and that's like a 3D puzzle all in its own. And everything had to get done correctly, to OEM or better. So that was just, the tediousness of getting a car that I knew was going to be seen by thousands of people. That's kind of like the thing, because you can finish stuff for YouTube, right? You can slap it together and say it's done. Oh, look at that. Oh, cool, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. But if you're here, people are going to pick stuff apart. There's stuff that
the panel gaps are really good, by the way.
The panel gaps are fine. Yeah, there's stuff like this window trim. It's this was from the crashed car, I guess.
Yeah.
Crashed version of this car. And this has a few dimples in it because I didn't get a new one. And it's I see that and I'm like, darn it, I wanted to get a new one of this and it just didn't come in time. Stuff like that is just kind of detracts for me in my head, but honestly, this is nitpicky stuff, because the car drives down the road, it makes all this kind of noise and power and stuff.
So you had to replace a lot of componentry in here. You said that the engine was smushed into the rear firewall. Yeah. What did you do to get it unsmushed?
So I had to get a brand new, well, not a brand new, but a good used rear subframe. So it bolts onto the carbon tub. So the carbon tub was, structurally it was okay, but superficially there's a big hole in it. That's what people in the industry, refer to it, a big hole.
Technical term.
Yeah, it's a technical term, right. Exactly. So we fixed that. We did the rear subframe. We had to repair the block, and there was a chunk missing out of the block that basically bolted onto the frame. So we had to weld that on. We just had a big giant thing of weld, and we're monitoring heat to make sure it doesn't go into the head, because the head gasket was 1.5 inches away. Yeah. So we're just on pins and needles trying to weld this thing. And then I filed it down so it looks like OEM. Then we drilled and tapped and helicoiled it just like it is from the factory.
So this is the 3.8 liter.
3.8 liter M838T. It has twin turbos, makes around 675 metric horsepower, 666 SE.
666 is the special number, yeah.
This one actually might make a little bit more because my turbos are upgraded, so I made them a little bit bigger, so they flow a little bit more boost. And I do have catless downpipes on it, so it's a little bit louder, shoots flames, all that stuff.
How does it drive?
fantastic. We had it aligned. We made sure that we put it on the frame machine, and dude, I mean, it was arrow straight. Everything was, it drives down the road great. It's super fast. It's super fun. It makes all the right noises. That roof scoop, just like you hear the induction noise above you, and it's magical.
That's awesome. I love this paint color.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about this paint. This paint is magical.
So, this paint is we called it Tempest Blue because the series sponsor is Tempest, and I really like Miami blue, Mexico blue. That kind of light blue. So we did that. We lightened it a little bit, and we added a lot of flake into it. Not like a bass boat, but like enough that if you put light on it, you'll actually see a bunch of flake. And then that flake, we put that and a blue tint over all the carbon in the car. So in some lights, you can see that it's actually blue. In some lights, it's more black. So I wanted a bit of a color shift effect, but nothing that's like in your face. So that's this every piece of carbon on the car and inside the car is that same shade of blue.
How do you get the blue tint on the carbon?
So that is the people at Allies Auto and Color Recon. They have this process. I guess it's a candy thing, but they have like a tinting clear that they put on top of it, so it has the pigment, it has the sparkles and all that stuff, the metallic flake. So that all goes into it. But I'm not a painter, so I assume that you put the paint in the gun and you shoot it, and then that's how it comes out. So I don't know.
I'm sure it's just that easy.
Yeah, it's exactly that. All you have to do is build the car. That's it. All you got to do.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's it. Cars crash, just fix it. That's it.
Tell me about the interior. You've got leather here. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
I love this chocolate, well, more of a mocha.
Yeah. So it's the color for the leather is officially, I think it's called Bentley English Tan. So this was done by Matt at E3 Customs, and they're the same people who did my Murcielago interior, the one with the quartz carbon and all that stuff. So I wanted to do a F1 theme. So what they did is, I gave them a bunch of pictures from the F1 that we drove. So it has those, the ribbed Daytona seats, the same motif. I have matching Alcantara here. It's matching on the top, and then it's a two-tone. So there's black with contrast stitching. That is like, I wanted the car to be more of a GT car, more of like a luxury-ish car, because honestly, the interiors on these things are a little bit boring. They're all black Alcantara. Everything kind of, blends in the carbon on there. It's not gloss. It's just matte. So, it's just kind of it's a fun place to be, but it's not very exciting. This makes it feel a little bit more upscale. So there's stuff that your eye is attracted to. I also got a company called Illumisthetic. They did the gauge cluster. So I got that in the style of an F1. So it's white backed with the actual numbers exactly like an F1 would have. So, just little things like that.
Yeah, congratulations on finishing it in time for SEMA, which is the hardest thing in the world, as anybody that goes to these shows knows.
It's hard. Listen, when the car got here, it was like a big weight lifted off my shoulders. I'm like, I can finally rest. I can go back to sleep, except for the fact that now I have to edit a bunch of videos.
Yeah, so I saw on Twitter you're selling most of your collection, a lot of your collection.
Yeah, so what I want to do, like, there's no like nefarious reason or anything, but I have 30 cars. Like that's too many. That's too many because if somebody came to my shop, and don't do this, by the way, if somebody came to my shop and stole one of my cars, it would take me a few days to figure that out. Like I would not know. So I figured that was probably the cutoff point where, like, if I don't know that my cars are gone, maybe I should get rid of some. So I just wanted to see what the market would bear on some of these, because the market's like the best it's ever been.
Really good right now.
Yeah, so if I could get rid of some cars that I'm not really like too in love with, then that'll be okay. I don't think I'm going to sell this one ever, because I mean the amount of work that's gone into this is insane, and I love this car, and just look at it,
It looks incredible. You did a great job. So what's next?
So I have a Ferrari 430 Scuderia that I'm going to be doing. I have a Z06 Corvette. I have it's just a bunch of projects. One of the 30 cars that I have that I need to get done. Manual swap SL55 that a few very vocal people keep asking about. And I bought another Lamborghini Murcielago that's in the UK. That's a sister car to the one I brought 2 years ago.
Yep.
So that one needs work. So we'll see. There's a lot of stuff. And who knows? I mean, I can buy, like, if I see, and you guys can like put it in the comments or something. If I see like a Veyron that's been on fire and rolled over and like also a flood, maybe, maybe.
It's a contender. It looks amazing once again,
Absolutely.
and to go check out Tavarish on YouTube. You probably might have seen him before.
Yeah, and also, if you're not subscribed to this guy, then please do subscribe, because I know through doing YouTube for a while that a lot of people who watch videos like this, they're not subscribed, but they definitely should, because you have some very good content on your channel.
Thank you. You're right. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem,
All
man.
right, cool.
All right, take it easy.
Thanks.